When we think of the systems that govern our world, we often refer to religion, politics, and finance. These institutions are steeped in history, layered with principles and knowledge accumulated over centuries of time. They're the bedrock of society, yet for many of us, they inspire anger and frustration rather than trust and security. Why is that, you ask? Let's explore these systems, their historical weight, and why they often feel more like obstacles than solutions. Religion, a sanctuary or a source of division. Religion has long been a cornerstone of human civilization, offering moral guidance, a sense of purpose, and community. However, it has also been a source of conflict and control. Consider this. A Pew Research Center study found that 84% of the global population identifies with a religious group, yet over 40% in some regions report discrimination based on religion. People become frustrated when religious institutions seem to prioritize power over spirituality. Scandals, exclusionary practices, and rigid doctrines can make religion feel more oppressive than liberating. Politics, representation, or manipulation. Governments are meant to represent the people and uphold justice, yet the political system often feels inaccessible and unfair. According to the 2023 Edelman Trust Barometer, only 43% of people globally trust their governments. In the United States, congressional approval ratings hover around 20%. This lack of trust stems from corruption, partisanship, and systemic inequality. When the wealthiest 1% wield disproportionate influence, many feel their voices are unheard and their needs unmet. Finance, prosperity, or inequality. The financial system underpins modern society, enabling trade, investment, and economic growth. Yet it's a driver of inequality and instability. The top 1% globally own nearly half of the world's wealth, while 55% of the population struggles to make ends meet. In 2023, over 60% of Americans reported living paycheck to paycheck. Financial institutions often prioritize profits over people. Bailouts for banks, predatory lending, and opaque practices leave ordinary people vulnerable and disillusioned. The common thread, systems of power and control. What ties these systems together is their foundation in history and knowledge that remains inaccessible to most. The architects of these institutions, whether religious leaders, political elites, or financial magnates, designed them to consolidate power. While they claim to serve the greater good, their structures often perpetuate inequality and exclusion. But why does this make us angry? One, lack of transparency. These systems operate behind veils of complexity, making it difficult for the average person to understand or challenge them. Two, broken promises. They are supposed to work for us, yet they often serve the interests of a privileged few. Historical injustice. The legacies of colonialism, exploitation, and systemic bias are embedded in these institutions, perpetuating cycles of harm. Moving forward, reclaiming the systems. Anger can be a powerful motivator for change. To address these frustrations, we must educate, demystify the systems by making knowledge accessible, articulate the truth, regardless of how ugly it really is. Organize, build collective movements to demand accountability and reform, and stay together no matter how much they attempt to conquer and divide. Innovate, create new systems that prioritize equity and transparency. Let this innovation be cognizant of the future and not attempt to construct the same outdated systems, only remixed. The systems of religion, politics, and finance are not inherently evil, but they require constant scrutiny and adaptation. By understanding their histories and mechanisms, We can transform our anger into action, working towards institutions that truly serve us all. Perhaps today. Think about it.